So guys, what we're going to do today is go through, I don't know why I'm saying this, I don't know the sales process. I love your word, I love it. So I don't know if you've been on YouTube and seen some of our flips, but I use that word all the time. It's great to hear you use connections. How do we make connections? The role, and what we're going to do today is go through making connections and the sales process. What this is going to do is give you an understanding of the role here at our club. Okay? Then what we've got to do is look at basically how we're going to utilise this and what are the bare minimum standards we've got to achieve over, say, the next week. I'll be meeting with you guys for a training day next Friday. So, okay, that's the next day we can do this sort of stuff. Will be next Friday. Okay? We will see each other on Monday for a good hour, okay, at about 2 o'clock. And there'll be every day you'll be checking in with a leader here at the club to go over the prior day's learning. So even if you're in here on the front line with just another staff member, there was something we want you to learn that day. Okay? And the next day we're going to test you on it. So when we say test, I think tests are important. Tests, quizzes, whatever you want to call them, it gives you, okay, I need to know this. And if you don't know it, good, we can fix it. If you don't know it 2 or 3 days in a row and you're not growing, then probably you make a decision to say, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. Okay? So it's a win-win, hence the term probation. But if you pick it up, you learn it, you know it, then we can start saying, I know this, and all of a sudden you apply. Often we see that people need that they might do the training, but until you get a certificate, people for some reason don't use that information they get. So the quiz is like, okay, I know this stuff, now I'll get to use it. So always look at it from that point of view, not if I don't know it bad. If you don't know it, it's an opportunity to learn again. Okay? If you continually don't know it, then maybe you're choosing not to, and something else is going on, that's not the right thing. Okay? But all the stuff that we asked, we're going to cover, we're going to go through, and there will be some stuff for you guys to read and learn along the way. Okay, naturally. Now, it does take a good month of getting to know the place. For you, a good thing you guys both know fitness. So we're already fast tracking that one. Okay, and I think that's important. If we know fitness, now we need to think about communicating. Fair enough? Because you can be the best trainer in the world, you can be the most passionate, it's a bit different. You can be the best trainer in the world, but if you're an arsehole, no one's going to train you. Okay? Fair enough? Yeah. Okay? You can be the nicest person in the world, Rosie, and have so much energy, but unless you can close, no one's going to get started with you. Okay? So we need to understand the key areas that make our role, or that are important in our role. And that's the idea of the next couple of weeks. Okay? So today we're going to go through, I think, just do a little bit. I'm going to take you through the 8 steps to sales, a presentation that we have borrowed. So we can just have a bit of a quiz on this and go through this. Okay? Just to give you an understanding, at the end of this, is this, what you understood of this role. Okay? So the sales process. It is crucial to sales success. Because if you're going to have consistency within your sales, you need to have a system to follow. Secondly, you can better the system. We like to role play and practice, and people, I don't want to role play, I don't want to practice, but hey, you've practiced softball now for 13 years. You get good at it. Okay? You don't have to think how to throw the ball now, it just comes naturally. Where before, in the beginning, it was one foot and one in the right position, like rotating my hip and so on. Okay? Well, now it's natural. If we have a system and we get really good at it, and that's the system, okay, then along the journey we get better at it, we become subconscious, so we don't have to think so much about that. And now we start to think about other aspects of our game. Yeah. So sales people must be confident that they are using skills that work. The skills we're going to go through today is, okay, I've got this passion, but now here's the skills to go and influence that passion. So there's 8 steps to the sales process. 8 steps. Are you familiar with that? Is that something, your language? Have you heard of 8, or is that a different process that you can't
Yeah, I'm sure.
Cool, that's no worries. So firstly, number 1 is, okay, to sell, who are we going to sell to? We can use the term prospecting. That's getting people in the door. That's having people in front of you. That's the ability to make a connection. So how do we do that? Okay? 2 key ways. 1, you guys and your self-generated methods. 2, club-generated methods. At any time, the club's going to have 2 dozen offerings out there in the community. Any time. Let's think club-generated first. what would they be? What have we got out in that area? What have we got right now telling people vigorously can help you make some change? Cool. So there's a road sign, there's a stop sign, there's this site, just a sign in itself, because it's brand new. What's that? As people drive past. What else do you think the club's doing at the moment to generate?
Brochures, I think, out as well.
There's some flyers.
Yeah, flyers.
Yeah. There's 4. What else have we got going? What else is club generated marketing that we have? So we've got flyers.
Maybe the Facebook page
Definitely.
as well.
Last
one I mentioned.
Maybe Facebook. Facebook is huge.
Yeah.
Huge. Facebook, website, again, more medium. So even then we're only half a dozen. We've got to have 21 at any time out there in the community. What else have we got? We've got a banner up there to the right. We've got local business lead boxes, okay, and flyers in local businesses at different sites. Each one of those will count if they're in a good prominent area. Okay, so that's the club generated marketing, flyers, radio, TV, whatever might come along. We don't do TV and radio at this stage. We do paper marketing, we do a lot of stuff online, we do our website, we do Google Plus advertising, Google advertising, that sort of thing, Facebook advertising. Try to fish where the fishes are. And that's what we now need to do within this group, within self-generated prospecting. So what do you think self-generated prospecting might be? That's what the club does. What do you guys do?
I guess you could start by talking to your friends to see if they want to just get you sign up for a new gym or start at a gym family as well. That would probably be one of the first things I'd probably think of.
So what would we call that? Let's put that into a system. If you're going to go and speak to friends, if you're going to go and see a certain network of people, okay, you're spot on. That is definitely a technique that we can use. So going and looking at your existing network. Who from my existing network can I speak with? Now this is the key thing. If you write your entire existing network down over this next month, everyone that you deal with, that knows you, okay? The job is to grow that. Just keep growing your network. If you're going to be in the people business, you need people. Okay? Because somewhere along the line, who watched Apprentice last night? The Celebrity Apprentice, no? Okay. So I happened to find myself watching that last night. I had friends over and yeah, well, what's that? Cool. So I watched some TV. And it's quite relative to what we were talking about, you know. I don't know celebrities, half of them, but there was the female team in Big Brother girl that came second last year, and Prinny from The Voice. You know Prinny? Yep. So she ended up getting fired, which was foreign because she did a great job. And everyone was absolutely shocked that Mr. Boris fired her. Why? Because she's got an existing network of people. She's got an existing network of people in the music industry. And it was a charity event, and they were all asked to do this event. They were making fish and chips, and they had to raise money for their favourite charity. Fair enough? Okay. And Prinny did outreach to her network. She had her head down in the kitchen, washing dishes, doing all the hard work. She did a great job, but it wasn't effective for the task. It was like you guys trying to. You're employed for self-generation sales. That's this position. Okay? First and foremost. And it's like you guys doing fitness programs with people in the gym when you're needing to make sales. That's priority right now. Fair enough? You've got the right thing at heart, one task. And out of the team that they had, okay, that was the weakest link for that job. It wasn't the job right there. Still good, but right now you didn't get it. You had to raise money. You had to make sales. You had to be in this position. Okay? She didn't go and speak to her network. Key, grow a network. So good one. Existing network, okay? What other self-generated techniques are there? Well, of course, building your network in the club. So building relationships with people in the club, customer care. When you get people started, are you getting referrals from them? And then are you working on those referrals within the club to generate more? And you'll love it. Compared to what you've done before, we give a lot of training to our clients for giving us referrals. We'll do all sorts. We'll bend over backwards for them. We're more than happy to train. Hey, give me 3 names, I'll do a session with you. That's going to help you towards your next 3 kilos to fit into your dress come July this year when you go and see your boyfriend in Melbourne. Won't that be great? So would you like to do that? I can get you started with that straight away. Okay? Surely you've got 3 people right now that might be interested in coming down to Viva to make the same change you have, Rosie. So who would be number 1 you would like to ask? Okay, away we go. Okay, so knowing that and being able to connect with them by using the right words. That there, what I just said, was a script, was a role play. Did it sound scripted? Did it sound perhaps genuine? Did it sound, I've said that 1,000 times, well, who knows? How many times I've said that, I don't know. But I could say back to front, in the middle of the night, after a bowl of scotch, it would just come naturally to me, because I've done it so many times. Okay? But I believe that, and that's why I choose to be able to do that, because that's what I do. Okay? About making connections with you guys, with our staff, and moving forward. So the first role with self-generation is making connections and really wanting what people want. Okay? To get what you want, you first must help others get what they want. And that's very much what we do in this position. That's our marketing process at Viva. Let's help others, and then in doing that, that will help us. It's the yin and yang. I think it's genuine. I think it's a good ethic. You know, I think it's good ethos as a business and as a person to help others, and you help yourself. Okay? The gift of giving, so to speak. So, of course, if we can train more people and we can generate more from that, that's a great win-win. Referrals, other self-generated techniques, lead boxes, going out, performing outreach. If I gave you flyers and said, here you go, here's 1,000 flyers, what can you do with them? Cool, we can do all of this. But really, I'll tell you right now, this is why people fail in this role. Because they don't get it. And when the sales are down and the chips are down, this is when we turn around and start saying, the club should be doing this. The club should be doing that. By all means, come and speak to me about what the club should be doing, but don't blame the club for not doing it if you're not getting results. Is that fair? Okay, I'm more than happy to say, hey, look, Dion Jets did this, or I got this, or wasn't this cool, or this is what we did a good one. Come and speak to me. Cool. We're all about learning. I'll learn from you guys as much as what you're going to learn from me. Okay? But never bring it back to the club. Because we're doing that, and hey, sometimes, for example, in May this month, our income will be down from taking you 2 guys on, so having our marketing spend is going to be down. So we will look in June on our money being on people that we're taking on, and that is our marketing for the month. So it's getting, what can we do? And we'll come up with, of course, a plan, and we're going to do the training on how to do it, but what can we do? And the first thing was speaking to your network, cool, big win-win. And I think getting a few runs on the board by speaking to your network in the beginning, it's also a good role play where you can get someone started and go through the process and do it. So that worked, it worked really well with them. I got my friend started, now I'm going to try with someone else, and away you go. So that's important too. 2 is the meet and greet. Okay? The first physical contact with the guest is absolutely crucial because this is where rapport is made. And first impressions can't be reversed. Okay? We must have a professional appearance when we meet with somebody the first time. Not always, and it won't always happen, but then what's your ethos and what do you want, how do you want to come across? Okay? How do you want to be coming across if you get chatting to someone and you're running down the beach? I don't know, and then naturally you're thinking, I've got to build my network. It's just going to become a practice. If you have the attitude of I'm at work, and now I'm not at work so I get to do this, I just disagree with that. I think if you're in this industry, people in the fitness industry, then that's the way you are in general. I think that's very important. Hey, I don't mind if you like to have a few drinks and you like to do all the things that you should do if you're in the fitness industry, you know. Look, your life's your life and that's cool. But of course we are role models for people and you do that behind closed doors or with others and that's fair enough, you know. But your network that you're going to grow will grow by firstly meeting and greeting and getting your attitude across to people. I love helping people with fitness, so you think that's going to come out in a conversation at a party at 1 in the morning? It might. I'm not going to say I'm up on here so I won't talk fitness. People naturally will speak to me about it, just it happens. Okay? And if I close it off because I'm not at work now, that's something I've struggled with in the past, on and off. But when you enjoy it, you just find a way to connect and you just go from there. Remember, straight away, it's not a coaching session, it's just a quick chit chat. Okay? Must pre-qualify desk area. Right, so we'll talk about this. Pre-qualification and meet and greet. We all agree with that? Report? Cool. Pre-qualification and the meet and greet. This is where someone comes into the club and they might say, hey, I'm a membership. Okay? I I don't know the process of good life, although I went and did a mystery shop there last week, and in the city. Were you in the city? No, okay, so the city Fitness First, the old Fitness First building that's there. Anyway, I've got a pretty good pre-qualification, better than the last mystery shop I did with them at Port Road, okay? So it was much better. I was quite impressed. Why? Because the girl at the front desk had a good attitude. Simple. I don't think she was trained on it that well. I just think she had a good attitude and it was natural to her. Okay? Just naturally wanted to know, hey, what are you doing? That's your... I had my little boy as I was walking along. Got two, so my older one, he wasn't 3 days. And I was walking along and she made a bit of a chat. She was like, is he going to come and join? Made a joke, put some humour into it, made me feel really comfortable. She did a great job. Okay? She did do sales. Sales guy, not so much. But she did a great job. She pre-qualified me in her own way, and she asked if the membership was for me. She asked how she could help me. She asked what would it be for. She asked how to hear about us. She asked how I've been to a good life before in that case. She also asked me if I had time for a tour. Basic stuff. Not, sure, we can help you with that. Let me go and get Rosie. Sure. You're not important. I'll go find some burgers. Okay? No, because that's all they say. Yep, sure, no worries. We are in the people business, so we're going to create just a little bit straight away up front. And if we ever see that doesn't happen, this conversation has been done with all of our staff. If it doesn't happen, we of course have the right to speak to that staff member afterwards and say, hey, can I just quickly go to pre-qualification because it makes your job harder if they come and get you. Fair enough? If they come in and it's all good on the phone and you've done a beautiful lead generation call and you've got them in and then you've confirmed them and they're all excited to come and see you. They come in here and they get blank face on the desk. Hey, that makes your job look bad. Fake. We are now not genuine. Because you're doing this and then everybody else is walking around with their heads down. Not cool. Okay? So of course, as a team, we're only as good as the weakest link. Fair enough? So that's pretty simple for everyone to be able to do if you enjoy fitness. So transition. After the meet and greet, and on the way to the next stage of the tour, you want to transition guests. This is called a brief overview. So let's say they've come in, you've contacted them, they've come into the club, they've met Anthony on front line. Oh sure, no worries, you're here to see Brooke, and I understand that you're here because you've got some back issues that you're looking at fixing. The person's going to turn around, how does he know this? It's different. Cool, Brooke's already got some stuff prepared to show you how we can get you moving better in the next 4 to 6 weeks, just like one of our clients that we had recently, Peter. So we've got some stuff prepared to already show you how to do that. And by the way, you wanted a coffee, was that white? Black? How did you want it? I'll go and grab it. We're looking forward to helping you over the next 6 weeks. Nice. Okay? Personable, nice, not too in your face, but nice, educated, professional. Okay? Sounds good. Okay. That is the little overview between and that transition from there to sitting down with your boss. In this case, the membership consultant will now come out and finally I'll get to meet you, Rosie. Dion, how are you? Welcome to Vivo. Okay, I can see you've got your coffee and you've met Anthony. Excellent, let's take a seat. Let's really find out how we're going to create that body that you're after before you go on your holiday from July. Okay, we always talk about what it is people want. So if you've noticed that I've probably given you 3, 4, 5 now examples of how we drive people. How are people driven? What do people come to us for?
Making the change.
Making change. So what are some examples? Why do people come into a health club?
Could be to lose weight, could be to get fit, could be to fix an injury or get muscles. There's all different reasons, you know. Yeah. Everyone's got their own reason for coming in.
So what's the reason?
Sorry?
Go beyond. What's the reason? Hypothetically, they don't feel good about themselves.
Low self-esteem.
Low self-esteem, yeah, so I don't feel good about myself. Okay? What's the reason?
Could have been pregnant or something like that.
So the question I'm asking you guys is why? Why? I want to lose 5 kilos. Why? Because I used to be thinner. And why is that important to you? And by the end of it, once you start picking away and using really good questioning techniques, and genuine skill set to be able to help somebody, we just pull away the onion. Okay? Onions have layers, so do we. So we start pulling that apart. Okay? And as we pull that onion apart, all of a sudden we get to the real reason that right now I've had all sorts, by the way, you get all sorts if you do this well. That they're really not happy with themselves, they feel like they've let themselves down and they're not a role model for their family, and they feel less than and really have a low self-esteem. And that's something that certainly is a strong motivator, for example. Okay? Other people, and that's a huge motivator, by the way, massive, because they in their mind are living every day in fear that other people are witnessing them. In that case, that's what they've achieved, that's where they're at, that they're less than, that they're living a life they don't want to live. That's a huge motivator for somebody, more so than the person who's coming into lose 5 kilos to fit into their wedding dress. Because no one's going to have this below their head, in July and say, right, you're not getting married today because you're still too overweight. Does that make sense? But in 2 months' time, that person, that other example, that they're really going to be feeling like, well, where am I at now if I haven't made any change? Massive motivator. So most people are motivated by what they don't want. Sometimes to work out what you want, you need to work out firstly what you don't want. Okay? So now we go on to qualification, the third step. So far, we had prospecting, and number 2, the meet and greet. So just think about, okay, sales and getting someone to becoming a member, to seeing one of us, to help them along their journey. So one of the guys in the green shirts, the push team, okay? You familiar with this? So Viva is the helper and push are the professionals that we use to get you results. We make that really clear. Remember what we said we're all about? Results. The way we do that is simple. Inspiring you to live your best life. That is Viva's way. Okay? We make it happen. Make what happen? Results. Okay? So if you look at our branding, make it happen, getting results. Whatever it is, we'll help you with that. How? To inspire you to do that. Right now we want to work on that. So from now, the qualification is the next step. It's one of the most important aspects of a professional presentation because most sales are won and lost here. This is when we really generate some rapport. So the goals of qualifying is to uncover needs and wants and uncover objections. What's going to stop them? And of course, objections, people say no. Some people fear that. Some people are worried about that. Here's some things that we've got to understand that right off the bat. Objections are buying signs. When people object to you, they're just not sure about making a sale yet, and they want to make sure it's right in their mind, wouldn't you? Okay. If you like a certain model of car, and it's got to come in that colour, and that's the colour it's got to come in, are you going to ask the question, what colours are available? Okay. Yeah. What colours are available? I want hot pink. Okay. I don't know why I said hot pink. You girls don't know hot pink, I'm not sure, but hey, let's say it's hot pink, okay? I want hot pink. Well, we're only going to do pink. Now you've got a problem. Okay? A good salesperson will think, okay, how can I work around that? What can I do? What can I offer? What's my bottom line? Could I offer something else? Okay? How important? What's your stance on the hot pink? Is it really, I have to have hot pink? That's what I've dreamt of. Or if I could find something similar, okay, a mild pink, would I be happy with that or not? Is there something else that's quite sexy that I like? Okay? And that's what we negotiate. I can understand how important that is to you. I can understand how hot pink is so important to you. Okay? What else can we provide? And being honest and being genuine and taking on that approach is really important. That's qualification. So always understand objections are buying signs. People want more information. It's a chance for you to use your skill set to overcome those issues. Okay? If you don't know what a guest wants and why they want it, how can you show them when you have it? So after we go through this qualification, there's another transition. It's called getting permission. So the qualification is what we call the exercise history. We have a form, a tool for it. Have you seen an exercise history before? So exercise brief. That's the qualification step. So they've come in, prospecting, you've met and greet them, let's say, met and greeted them. Okay? And then from there, you've sat down and you've gone through this process. You've really uncovered what they want, why they want it, where they were, how many times they're coming into the club, how important it is to them, all those sorts of questions. We start going through that. And at the end of it, before we show them around the club, if we show them around the club, because some people we don't need to show, an exerciser, yeah, they might want to see certain things in the club, but a non-exerciser that's never been walked into the gym, the last thing they want is to probably see other people exercising that are fitter and healthier. That could scare them off. They want you. They want to know who's going to help them. Or, you know, I don't want to go in there until I've got some help. We have to understand that. Okay? I personally don't tour very often. If I was to start very rarely because people get people results, and I strongly believe that. I also don't recall the last non-training membership I've sold. That's just the way it is. All of our memberships are push memberships. We are a big PT studio and such. That's something we're going to work on. Okay? So for me and for our direction forward, and that's important to discuss this, we offer what the club that you worked at can't offer. We offer the club that you go to can't offer. Okay? That is exceptional results. We've got to prove it. We've got a huge track record. We've had over 10 clubs involved with our push personal training system that we have. So now there's 6 clubs, including ours, using that system that are getting results that are amazing. Okay? At the moment, we've got a program called Push Body Transformation. Most people still come to the clubs for weight loss. Most people come to the clubs for some sort of specific fitness result. That's what we spend our day in, day out getting better at. Every time we train with someone, we get a little bit better at what works. We tinker what's working with them. Not just come in, wow them, move them off. Come in, give them a good workout and move them off. That's not good enough. Okay, definitely not good enough for me. And as the head trainer and also the founder of Push, I've got another 100 trainers that I work with. That's not good enough. Okay, that's what okay trainers do, not us. And that's the beauty of having employees rather than contractors, because we can have that. Okay, there's the pros and cons on both ways. So understanding that, and that's why doing that training and getting involved with us is key, so you get to experience and believe in the product. When you believe in the product, both of you, it'll really take you to that next level. Okay? You'll be able to pass that on, and that's another experience you'll be able to draw upon to deliver to your clients. Okay? To help you maintain and move forward from where you are. Okay? And say, well, I've lost 70 kilos, where to from here? And to perhaps look at, where do I want to go with softball? How much longer do I want to play softball for? Okay? How can I get better at softball, perhaps? What is my next goal for you as an individual anyway? We don't know, but we'll find that out, and then that becomes our mission. So you have someone on your side from the get-go saying, this is what I want from you. I have a trainer. I can't believe some trainers don't have trainers. It's not on. As a trainer, I need to believe in my product, so I have to. I just trained with one of our trainers here. Yesterday, I drove across the other side of the city and I trained with someone outside. Completely different. I trained with all sorts of people all over the place. Yeah, but Dion, you're a head trainer and founder of Push. And so what? I'm still a human being. I have a trainer for a different reason. Where you might want them for nutrition, or you might want them for strength. I want them for learning. I like to see how they work with me. I like to get a bit of a push. I like to go on to a work and not have to think, because I do that all day. Yeah. Okay? So, I like to mix that up. So it's about finding what people want and delivering that. We all have it for a different reason. And we'll go through that. So once we go through that, we'll go back into this. Once we get back into the qualification, at the end of that, we've got to ask for permission, and it's simple. We ask them if they're ready to go on the tour. Is there anything outside of what we've discussed here that would stop you from really making that first step in getting the best shape for your October finals this year? Really, I'm just going to see if you've got that equipment, or no, I'm not going to start today, I'll speak to my partner. So we uncover the objection and to see how ready they are. Okay? Because if we don't ask them questions, once we come to the end of our presentation and ask them to get started, all of a sudden they're on the spot because they haven't had questions and they've just been given a presentation of the club, not having a conversation which they're involved with, so giving a no is a lot easier. Okay? We need to obviously create that conversation with them and be comfortable because we walk the floor. This also makes the guests feel that they're in control. From there, time to go on tour of the club. Really simple. We make sure that we give a Disney tour, or in this case, we don't give a Disney tour or a museum tour, we give a supermarket tour. It's our job to walk the floor and fill their trolley. It's our job to give them stuff, to fill their trolley with, you get this and this is what happens here, and would you like to do that? Tell me, hey, which one of these machines would you like to work on? Why is that? Cool. Let me show you. Start giving them stuff. Okay, not, there's the cardio room, cool, this is where you can do that sort of thing, cool. Yep, let's go upstairs, and there's one of our trainers. Different. See the cardio room? Cool. You said you like to run, so which machine would you like to use? Why do you like to do intervals? Let me show you. Jump over here, how's this one move? We've got 3 types of treadmills, the interval trainer, the TV integrated, as well as the strong heavy duty. Which do you think you prefer to use? That one? Okay, why is that? Because I love intervals. You start having a conversation. Cool, so that's the one you use. As you can see, there's plenty of them, so you can use that. Can't see it being an issue. No worries. So you feel comfortable with that? Cool. Next one. Now the ladies' gym. Is this the sort of place you like to go, Rosie? And away we go. Okay? So we start getting those little yes agreements. Yes, yes, no, 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 yes. These are called commandeering agreements. It gets people speaking with you and involved in the conversation. At a bare minimum. Okay? And then we also start anchoring them in to the club. So what that means is, in their head, yes, I'll come in and use the interval trainer. Yes, I'll come and do RPM with Janice at 5:30 on a Wednesday night. Okay, so as you go through here, you start anchoring RPM. So by the end of it, they've got all these hooks in them. Why are they going to walk out when they're hooked? It's the term being hooked. Okay, cool. That's the job of the tour. The guy at Good Life gave me a Disney tour. It was a good Disney tour, but it was a Disney tour. Okay? At Jets we do the same thing. This is what we got. We're a facility. We don't cost much money. It's pretty simple to go and do this. Yes, what we do, what we do is we're service orientated. We're service orientated. You know, we need to show how we can help people first and foremost. Of course you can go up the road. Let me ask you a question. What's going to get you the result? You know, I'd encourage you to do that. Okay? What's going to get you the result? You said today you need that accountability. You can see that you can do that. I introduced you to the trainer, Dion, on the floor. Go and introduce the people to somebody on the floor. Never underestimate that. Just both of you, that'd be foreign to you. You'd be like, what? We love it. As you walk past, great, because we're people. That's the family ethics. Oh, there's Dion, he's our head trainer, and Jamie, he's the push leader here at the club, and there's Dylan, one of the guys that possibly working with you. These 2 guys are a little bit different. This is here, cool. Hey Jamie, look, this is John, he's looking at doing that. Fantastic, John, great to see you here at the club today. Okay, it's the first step in moving forward. You don't need training? No, good, look forward to working with you soon towards whatever you said. I'll know the language. If you say to me the why, I'll use that again with them. Okay, does that make sense? When I say the why, people come in, what for why? I need you to understand those 2 words. What for why? Lose 5 kilos for dress. Okay? Fix shoulder for football. So you say, hey Dion, this is Rosie. Rosie's coming in to look around the club to keep managing moving forward. She's lost 10 kilos. Okay? Fantastic, Rosie. Awesome work. Congratulations. Okay? Really, really good job in coming into the club. Tell me, where's the next step? Where do you want to be in 6 months' time? They start hearing it from everybody. It starts being genuine. This is the base of our results. As I said, John, we're all about results here at the club. See the stuff on the wall? These are some of our results we've achieved. It's all about getting you up and getting you onto your own wall moment. Now, don't worry. It doesn't always have to be in the club. We'll give you something to take away. Imagine putting that on your fridge in 6 months' time. Okay, this is where I was, this is where I am now. That's our job. Okay? We need to sell that yes, we're a guarantee we can do that. Okay? 9 people out of 10 train with us get the result they want. Everybody gets results. Isn't that simple? Okay? Everybody. I can measure you and get a result. Done. Does that make sense? In 4 weeks I'll get you very good results. In 12 months I'll get you amazing results. Okay? As long as they're measured. There are 2 primary goals of touring. Show that you can meet their needs and wants. Hence why we only go to their hotspots. Okay? If they're a lady, don't want to train in a melting gym, don't take them up into the gym. It's silly. I don't care how good the facility is, and you like it, well, you should be up here. Don't tell them. They don't want it. Don't go there. They want to do group fitness, go show them group fitness, come back and sit down. And then she goes through, we'll ask a few questions. Make sense? Get the small commitments, I've explained that. Now, how do we do this? It's by using the FFBV system. Okay? So, the feature, benefit, feedback system. What I did was went through a little example a moment ago about the cardio room. Okay? I pointed out that the difference between doing a supermarket tour and a Disney tour was simple. Instead of showing the cardio room, find out what the feature is. You like to run, don't you? Yes. So which one of these treadmills would you like to use? Or is that what you'd like to use? Yes. There's the feature. So why would I like to use that? Why is it that you want to use that? Because I like the running, you know, I do like running on the treadmill because I find it softer on my knees and lower impact and so on. Okay, cool. So if you can come in here at any time, and as you can see there's quite a lot of treadmills, and get your quick run in for 30 minutes, okay, what's that going to do for you? Good workout, get the results a little bit faster. You'll be happy with that? Good, so you're comfortable with that? Let's move on. I've extracted the feature, they've just told me their benefit of doing it and how they're going to get value from it. Okay? We then transition at the end of the tour. Okay, by the way guys, are you good with this? Speed wise? Okay. I'm going to get you to take some notes on the next presentation to go through. This is an overview to get you around this. But yeah, taking notes I think is really important. I don't give you the notes. I'll give you the notes always afterwards, so rather than writing my own language and then the third one.
Yeah.
Okay? After touring, there's one more transition. Final questions. And this is making sure as you come back and go and show that lady the group fitness room, does the club have everything you're after? No, I want to see such. Sure, so that's important to you. Hey, let's go and have a look. Okay? Can you see yourself being a member and joining in that tech class like we just showed you before? If that's what they want to do, of course. If it's not, don't bring out what it's at. Okay? We talk to them about what they want. We don't want to push people because that's important. That's what people expect. They're going to get me doing stuff I don't want to do. And yeah, we will. I'm not going to bullshit to you. We will, but not right away. Okay? Because of self-esteem and that practice that we've got to do. Right now, I'm going to stick with you. It's a negotiation. I want you here, okay? And you only want to give me this. So I've got to come down a little bit and you're going to slowly come up. Does that make sense? If I'm too much up here and you're too far down here, we're not going to work. The real pushy, you know, biggest loser trainer with some of the ladies we see, it's not going to work. Of course it won't. They're on that show, they've got a massive motivation. The trainers can be a lot more direct and abrupt with their skill sets than what we can. There's no denying that, and a lot of people don't understand that. They think that's the way we're going to be. Well, I don't have somebody who's just taken 12 weeks out of their life, has put their life on hold, has probably borrowed X amount of money to pay their mortgage off to go in to specifically change their life. They're committed. Most people come in a little bit committed, but no one knew as much. Is that fair enough? Yeah. So we've got to negotiate with each other. So for membership, is there any other questions you have about the place, Rosa? So go through it, go from there. Cool. Right. No worries, let's go and find out how we can get started towards your what for what. We always bring it back to their why. Always. We're going to keep talking about the where, about football, about getting stronger in their core because their back issue, about whatever it is. We're going to keep talking to them in their language about that. Okay? And it's amazing, by the way, it's amazing how often I present to salespeople across South Australia in our clubs who come to a sales day, they do this, or a training session, a seminar, or a workshop, they do this. And then in 6 months' time, 12 months' time, 18 months' time, they still say every time they walk away, I need to focus on emotion, I need to focus on emotion. Dion, I do it, but not like you're doing it, still today. After that amount of time. That's being really honest. Okay? So what does that tell me? That people recognise how important it is, and sometimes they get away from it. I don't know why they get away from it. I don't know where they're at. But when you're genuine about getting people results, you know what drives them and connects with them. It's about what's important to them. So use that. Don't underestimate that. That's my whole nugget. If I can pass that on to every person that comes in about helping others, it's focus on what they want, period. That's it. All else doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about the dude that gave you the finger or she turned into the car park. It doesn't matter about the bad phone call. It doesn't matter. When you come into the club, you put on your Mickey Mouse hat, you're now Mickey Mouse in Disneyland. You don't get to go and kick the kid because he steps on your toe. Okay? Everything else stops. You're here, that's what we expect. I'm here to be the best customer care person I can when I knock off or do what I need to do. Okay? And that's the attitude we want to bring to work every day. Okay? So much so that we ask, or we like to have 2 minutes with you when you come into the club. How you going, how's things, and just make sure you're in the right mindset. And look, we've sent people home before, I'll be honest, we have, because they're not at that moment. And that's fair enough, because it's not a good thing for you, it's not a good thing for me, and it's not going to be good for our clients. So, go for a walk, take 5 minutes, go and do a session here. We'll support you with that. It's not, you have to, but we'll support you because we care about you getting results and we care about the club. This is where you're going to ask for the money. Membership presentations must be on printed form. We've got this presentation must be set up to give you the prospect choices, which we do, and we present the savings. So we go through that presentation process. We've showed them around the club, we're presenting them, and of course now we start getting questions. Objections. Embrace objections, understand they are buying signs. The other thing is this, often objections come from you guys, without knowing. For example, I don't have $150 a week, so how am I going to ask this person to pay $150 a week? And that's one that most trainers suck at. I want to train them 3 times a week, or it's $149. Okay, they're stiff. Okay, it's like asking out that dream girl, would you like to go out with me? You know what I mean? No, it doesn't work. Movement creates movement. Okay, so it's really simple. It's $149 a week. How would you like to monthly or weekly? What's better for you? Cool. Fair enough? Could love to go out with you for a coffee. What do you think? Should we go Friday or Saturday? Okay, pretty simple. Movement creates movement. Okay? The way you present that, when you present to people, really important. The energy and the enthusiasm. Fair enough? When you sell, move. You'll be amazed how many people don't move when they ask for money, or don't move when they ask for a close. Try that home tonight, try it tomorrow, try it somewhere, and you ask, hey, can we really have a pasta rather than steak? We're at pasta, come on, let's give it a go. Okay? Do that one all the time. But you'll be surprised when you close. Okay, give it a shot. It's proven. I don't have the numbers. I've come across it somewhere, but it is a proven tool. Make sure you move when you present. There are only 5 objections here on one smoke screen. We'll go through this. 5 objections. What do you think that might be, by the way?
Yeah,
money. Of course, yeah. So I don't have the money. What else? What do you mean? There's spouse. Oh, so there'll be money. There'll be spouse. Okay. Time, good. She knows this, you've done this, good. What else? So time, money, spouse.
Motivation, I guess. Is that your main one?
Motivation, yes. Apathy, motivation. I don't know if I'm going to use it, maybe.
Yeah.
No. Good, that's a really good one, guys. What else do you think? We call it, and this is something you want to write down and remind yourself of this, I'll get into this after. TV aims. Time, value, which we're going to bring up. Affordability, inconvenience, so the time inconvenience, motivation, and spouse. TV aims. So we want to overview all those while we go through step 3 qualification. We want to go through that. Okay? So we need systematic questions for overcoming each objection. Systematic questions. We want to have, if that comes, we're going to ask it this way. At least 1 to 2, at least, and then we'll build on it. Then naturally that'll come in. Okay? The next step is referrals. Once we get people started, and that's a really good number, in America, 70% of most club sales come from referrals. That's huge. We know right now that one of the best things for you is to have your own counsel here at the club. You've got me on board now, that we've got started today, Brooke. As well as that, you've got your training, which I'm getting you started with on Friday, being Greg. But who else would you like around you? Some of your own peers. Who'd be the first person? What's their name? Just make it go. Samantha. Okay? So do you notice how I don't give you an out there? And I did it before. I noticed when I said something before, you looked at me and I think it sunk in. I don't recall what it was, but I said it a certain way. Don't give it so it'll be 3 people. Would you like to take it up? And that's the communication. It's the right thing to say. Don't get me wrong. You're asking, number one, but the way you ask makes a big difference, and you'll find that out over time. Okay? So that's where skills come in to your passion and your connection you brought up before. Okay? Who would have been Samantha? Great. So she will get a 14-day pass for you to get started here at the club. Okay? Who's the next person you'd like to get started? We're going to give them a 7-day pass, and up to 3 people can take that up. For doing that today, I'm going to give you an additional session to get you into finals, obviously, a little bit sooner. Come October, we're going to give you one full posture analysis to look at how you're rotating through that side. What do you think? Cool? Great. So what would the other 2 people names be? By giving it to me today, there's this added bonus session. So we do that. That's our system. Okay? So we have a form, new member privilege, we're getting these people started just today. This is what you get. Okay? With referrals, they have to be scarce and urgent. So if you offer that tomorrow and the day after, that has no urgency. Look, sometimes we give them up to 1. If they give you 1 or 2, it'll be 24 hours. Will that be enough time, Rosie? Yeah, I'll call you at 2 p.m. tomorrow, and then you call them at 2 p.m. tomorrow to get that 3rd name. Okay? And then I'll activate and arrange that session. Simple. So point of sale referrals are really key. We have a KPI. I'm going to talk KPIs, but we do have a KPI of 2 referrals per sale. Over a month. Now look, you might only get 1 as an average, but you might get others throughout the club. It's an average of 2 per sale. Cool? From there, the last thing you should start, they've given you referrals, you book them in with Jamie on Friday for their first session, a course of contact. Wouldn't it be nice to call them up after they did their first session and ask them how they went? I think you, as a friend to another person, would ask them how they went. Okay? If your mate's starting their job, do you give them a buzz a couple of days or that day and ask them, hey, how'd you go? How'd you go today, mate? You can relate to that.
Yeah.
Okay? And if you don't do that stuff, and look, for some of you, you're going to have 2 different personalities. I can already see that. I've got a different personality to the 2 of you. So I need to remind myself about it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not the best at that. So I have to put in a skill or a reminder to do that stuff. And therefore I do it. No different. It still gets done, but it's not something that comes natural to me, like it might come for others. Fair enough? Okay? So, Rosie, you might be the first person to get up in the morning and say, hey, good luck today. Where I'd have to have a reminder in my diary, hey, by the way, remember, send that person good luck. Either way, get that.
Yeah.
It's up to you to manage that. Okay? Someone's not going to go on roll, hang on. So there's 2 parts of establish a course of contact. Number 1 is they get started. Okay? Then we come up with a follow-up process. We have that. In general, we're going to call them when, first and foremost, just use your initiative. You can go away from our system as long as that gets done as a bare minimum. Does that make sense? We're pretty cool like that. Okay? Follow the process. Do their 4-day follow-up. So we call them 4 days. Did you call them 14 days? Did you send them something? Did you call them at 30 days and ask them how their first 30 days went? So we expect 3 or 4 contacts, and then from there, once every 30 days. We expect you to make contact. Now, by the way, that could be in the club. You might see them more than that, so you might not physically have to call them, but the call's there as a reminder. Okay? Alternatively, what are we going to do if they didn't start? We're going to call them the next day, ask them if they had enough time to think about it, by the way, was the smoke screen. People don't have to think. Okay? What is it that you need to think about? Is it the money, or is it your partner, or is it the time, or is it the motivation? Which one? And then you now attack that objection. Okay? Cool. How do you feel with that, guys? So what questions do we have now? Anything that comes to mind?
Not at the moment.